Hello, everybody, and welcome back to That Handicapping Show, sponsored by TwinSpires.com. I'm Jason Shandler, he's Evan Hammonds, and he's Tim Holland from Brisnet.com. This week's featured race is the Arlington Million. It's a 1.25-mile race on the turf, and we'll also touch on the star-studded Alabama Stakes from Saratoga a little bit later. But let's start with the 28th edition of the Arlington Million, and it drew a field of 10, including 3 European invaders. But the headliner here is Gio Ponte, who's trying to become the first horse to win the Million in back-to-back years, and only the second horse to win the race twice. Of course, your boy John Henry won it twice in the 80s. And Gio Ponte won this race by a little over a length last year over Just As Well, who also returns as I think the second choice in here. He's obviously the horse to beat, but he's shown he's a little bit vulnerable this year. He's lost 3 out of 4, did rebound in his last start. But is anyone here going to try to beat him? Start with you.
No, I'm not going to try to beat him. I think he's the best grass horse in North America. I'm going to put him on top. I was intrigued by the Arlington Handicap, those horses Just As Well, Rice Strata, Tajuito. I know you like a little bit, but to me, Gio Ponte's the best grass horse in North America. So I'm going to try to hit the exacta here and go with what I hope or what I think is the best of the Europeans coming over. It's not a star-studded group of Europeans, but but this Summit Surge, Luca Camanti's horse, coming off a Group 2 win at York, seems to be the upper echelon of those. So I'm going to put Gio Ponte and Summit Surge in an exacta box and hope I hit it.
All right, we do like some of the Europeans in here, but not necessarily that horse. Who we are going to try to beat Gio Ponte. Who do you like?
Yeah, I mean, I tried to like the fresh Europeans that have just come over, but I just don't think I just think they're second rate. I just don't quite see them good enough to beat Gio Ponte. One horse I think might be good enough is Tajuito, who's been over here already. Had 3 races over here. Really nice horse. Ran in the Epsom Derby last year. I was a little disappointed he ran badly at Churchill. I don't know what the excuse was in that Churchill race. It says jostled at the start. Maybe that was the excuse. But his last race was a big improvement in the Arlington Handicap when he was closing from a wide post there. And
that was a huge move he made around that turn. I was pretty impressed by that.
Certainly was. He does pick up weight off that race, which he's like coming up 12 pounds, and he's worse off at the weights with Just As Well and Rara Strada. But I think he's improving, and I think he's been really pointed for this race. Danny Pites is really good pointing horses for particular races.
He also won his U.S. debut over this course, which is positive.
But it was on yielding turf, and I'm hoping this horse just doesn't need it soft.
Yeah, it is supposed to be.
There are some ifs and buts about him, but I think it'll be a good price.
Yeah. I think it's supposed to be a firm turf with not a lot of rain there, which does not bode well for General Quarters if you like him.
Right.
But I like Tajuito a little bit, but the European I was looking at the hardest is Taziz, and I'm going to pick him for the upset. I don't think he can leave Gio out of the exotics. He's just too classy. But I think he is a little bit vulnerable. You know, he might have lost a half step. You can argue that he's had some bad trips, but the fact is he did lose 3 out of 4 this year. And Taziz is one of 2 starters for John Gosden, and he's 0 for 4 this year, but he's hit the board in all 4 starts and has run well in all of them. He lost by a neck 2 starts back in May, and then lost by about a length to some of the best turf horses in the world in the Prince of Wales at Ascot in June. It looks like he's in good form for a 6-year-old. He's been at this distance the last 2. He adds Lasix for the first time, which is a positive. And he likes to run on the front end, and I think he should get a good trip, and I think they'll be chasing him into the stretch, and we'll see if he can hold off Gio and a couple others. But I think Taziz is third choice right now on the morning line, so I'll use Taziz, Tajuito, and Gio in my exotics there. So, but it's not a great race from as far as the class in here, but it's a good betting race.
It's always a good race. I mean, the Arlington Million's always fun. There's always some intrigue there, and it's a great package of races. It's a great pick 3 with the Secretariat and the Beverly theme. It's just a great
Good day of
Arlington's
racing.
best day.
And speaking of the Secretariat, Tim's going to give out a quick pick there.
Yeah, I like Wigmore Hall, European horse from sent over by Michael Bell. He's won his last 2 races in Europe, and he's been pointed to this race for a long time. Jamie Spencer comes in to ride, and he's another gets Lasix for the first time, and
Right.
gets a good pace set up here. I think it'll be a fast pace, and
And you should get
should
the right
help him.
price with Patty going to take a lot of money. And
Definitely,
also
yeah.
working for Hops is going to take
Yeah,
a lot of money. So.
definitely, yeah, he should be a good price. Yeah.
Okay, we'll keep our eye open
Yeah.
for that horse.
Hmm.
Let's move on to the Grade 1 Alabama from Saratoga, and this might be the race of the summer actually up there because you have the 2 top 3-year-old fillies in the country, Devil May Care and Blind Luck, squaring off, and this might wind up being the race that determines champion 3-year-old filly.
Yeah, it's a great matchup here, and I was talking about it with some friends last night, and give a shout out to my friend Paul. We were trying to find a bigger exacta. I just don't see it. I mean, this is a race I'm probably going to watch, but I would just go with Devil May Care over Blind Luck. I know that's probably it's the easiest pick there is, but just going through the race, to me, those are the 2 best fillies in the race. Devil May Care really loves Saratoga too, winning by
Right.
4 last time. Broke her maiden by 4 last year, and Blind Luck is 3 for 3 on the dirt this year. So
They have 7 Grade 1 wins between them. So, so you're going Devil May Care over Blind Luck?
yeah, I'll go for a little a nice $4 gold
Maybe.
exacta there, maybe $360 or something like that. But I just don't really see it any other way. But I know you guys do.
Yeah, well, I think the other 4 horses in here are maybe getting overlooked. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
Blind Luck and Devil May Care are the best horses on paper, but the other 4 are no slouches. And I like Devil May Care to win, but I'm going to toss Blind Luck and use some others in exactas. How about you?
I'm going to probably use Connie and Michael in there somewhere. I think she's obviously on the lead, and I think she's improved now that she's on regular dirt. Her 2 starts on dirt this year have been better than her 3 starts last year, maybe.
Are you going to
Maybe
go out on a
she
limb and pick her to
goes a long
win?
way.
That's the question.
I'd probably box her with Devil May Care.
okay.
I think, yeah. But like we were talking earlier, Havre de Grace and Acting Happy, you can't really throw them totally out. So
No.
it is a good race.
Yeah.
They're my other 2
Yeah.
that I like. I can't get past Devil May Care. She just
Sure.
did it way too easily in her last 2.
Mhm.
She looked like a monster, and she's built for 10 furlongs. She's, like you said, Evans, got the 2 wins over the track, and really her last 2 races didn't take hardly anything out of her. Pletcher acknowledged that she did it so easily that she's got a lot left. Talking to Jerry Hollendorfer about the race, the biggest question is the distance for all of them, because none of them have won at this distance, and only Devil May Care has raced at 10 furlongs. So it's going to be whoever can handle the distance. And I think Blind Luck is they take her on an ambitious campaign, and she's really run some really good races, and I really commend Hollendorfer for showcasing her all over the place. But I think she might just regress a little bit here, and if she does, I'm hoping Havre de Grace, the horse that lost to her by a nose last time and basically had her beat until the wire, and also got beaten by a neck by No Such Word, two back, who's a really good filly. I'm hoping she just improves a little bit, and I think she can. If she gets a nice front-running trip here, I think she can get a piece. So that would be my exacta, Devil May Care with Havre de Grace. And Acting Happy, I think, might relish the extra distance too, and I think Rick Dutchow is hoping that. She was beaten by 5 lengths by Devil May Care in the coaching club, but just needs to improve a little bit to get a piece. So
It's a great race.
yeah, I mean, like I said, might be the race of the summer up there, and the entire racing weekend is a good one. So everybody enjoy. Tim, what's going on at Twin Spires and Briss?
We have a couple of promotions. If you hit the Arlington Turf Stakes Pick 4, you get to share in 1 million points, Twin Spires points prize pool. And if you wager at least $75 on Emerald Downs' Sunday card, you earn 7,500 points and an entry into a drawing for 75,000 bonus points. And details are on twinspires.com.
Okay. And thanks to Twin Spires and Briss, our sponsors. And thanks to everybody for watching. Enjoy a great weekend of racing. And congratulations to Santa Anita for putting in dirt. I had to throw that in there. Best thing that happened in this industry in the last 5 years. Anyway, for Evan and for Tim, I'm Jason. Good day and good racing.